Welcome back to Coming Off the Edge on Tuesday night, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. With the crew, Corey, Herms, and myself, James. We're waiting on some in the background. Maybe we'll have a special guest. Maybe we won't. Who knows? We will find out later. But anyway, guys, how are you this evening? It's been kind of quiet this week in fantasy, and we're waiting for the draft and waiting for the draft and waiting for the draft. And we're waiting for the draft. So what are we doing while we wait for the draft? Herms?
Edgin.
We're reaching the point where we're just getting into like egregiously bad takes because we ran out of the good ones and the bad ones. So just like, like that cycle in the draft season where it's just like we've thought about this way too much to the point where now we're diving into certain players and people are coming up with wild conclusions. I'm just like, no, you thought too much. Put down whatever prospect guide you're looking at.
Take.
Exactly. Yeah, it's like close out your Google Docs, X out of whatever prospect guide you're looking at, or just stop. It's fun. It's over. You did the thing. Let's move on.
Yeah, I would hate that. Like, people are like, "Oh, what's your hot take?" And I'm like,
right here.
Oh, Rojo RB1. No.
Well, that's just a given. I mean, that's not really a hot take since it's
of course.
Happen.
I mean, he's on Kansas City. They're going to score a bunch, and he's going to be on the goal line until he fumbles and goes in the Andy Reid doghouse and never comes out.
You know what? It'll be fine. It'll be fine. I think.
I'm not advising people to play.
I think there is a small chance that Rojo could be
makes the team
this year's that too, but could be like this year's version of James Conner light. I'm not saying reaching those heights. I'm not, because I mean that would be very, very difficult to do. But just in terms of like he's coming in to fill a role that they just don't have a running back for, because Clyde Edwards-Helaire punching into the goal, like we've seen time and time again, he just can't do that. So it's like, and I'm not, like I said, not saying he's going to be James Conner, score close to 20 touchdowns or something, but like I could see there being a decent amount of touchdowns of him. Like he doesn't have to do anything else. If all his responsibility is falling into the end zone like Pierre Thomas used to do on the Saints back in the day. Just saying.
I mean, I don't see him getting past a wide receiver 4 ceiling. I mean, a wide receiver, running back 4 ceiling. He doesn't have the pass catching. He won't be available to pass catch because they have CEH.
And because he can't.
And he can't. He really can't. And he has problems holding on to the ball, which is my main concern about him.
CEH.
But I'm glad that he went to Kansas City. So if anybody wants him and they're listening to this show and they play in a league with me, let me know. If I have him, I will give him.
What would you take?
A discount.
Third?
Yeah. Early third.
A 2023 third? Random?
Yeah, I guess.
Nate is having a little technical difficulties restarting the computer. He will be coming back. But yeah, an early third because there might be a good prospect. The 2022 NFL draft's coming up here in 16 days, I believe.
Yeah, I mean, I would take a shot on who would you get later in that range? I don't know, a Dameon Pierce.
Yeah, you could get one of those guys.
What'd you say?
Yeah, you could get one of those guys. And also, I will clarify.
Maybe Zamir White.
Despite everything I just said, I aggressively have Ronald Jones ranked as my RB 30 for 2022. So
that's a lot.
I really want to hammer home exactly. Like I'm not getting too spicy with what I just said.
I mean, that was bad. I mean, having him as running back 30, that's pretty high. I mean, is that for a redraft or for Dynasty?
I have not finished. I'm going to do my dynasty rankings at some point, probably either this weekend or at least the early part of next week. So it's really just for 2022 as of now. But
welcome, if anyone who just joined in, it is the hot take. So we have Craig going off RB1, and then of course David Bell, wide receiver 1, are obviously the best receiver in the class.
Yeah, obviously.
Sure.
There he is. He's back. Man, Nate. My main man, Nate.
Good. What's up, guys?
So
Nate Polvo to the building, ladies and gentlemen.
Nate Herms, chef. Speaking on trading,
yeah,
and segues.
You want to play some keep trade cut? Is that what you're getting at?
Yeah,
I mean, if we all freeze long enough. Yeah, there it is.
I accidentally exited out. Keep trade.
So much
cut.
for filibustering.
Keep trade cut. Super flex on half PPR. let's just assume tight end premium. But unfortunately,
It's a
I
half
guess
point
they're
PPR.
not. So sorry to KTC. We're messing you up a little bit. Ezekiel Elliott, Leonard Fournette, Brandon Ayuk. What are we thinking here, guys? Zeke has a contract. Cowboys can move on after this year. Fournette recently signed 3 years. And then, of course, Brandon Ayuk there behind Debo, who may get traded, huh?
He's not getting traded. Stop it.
Right.
I'm probably trading Zeke. He has value.
Not much, though.
Maybe more than he'll ever have again.
You know, it's crazy that Leonard Fournette is older than Zeke.
I'd probably keep Leonard Fournette too.
That's who I was thinking.
I'd rather trade Fournette
and keep Zeke.
I would trade Ayuk, cut Zeke, and keep Leonard Fournette.
That's where I was at.
See, I was going to cut Ayuk.
Now, the only reason, and this is my thinking on this, is because Leonard Fournette, he is the main guy in Tampa. And although Zeke is, quote unquote, the main guy, we do know that Tony Pollard is there. All right. He is going to come in and spell touches much less than Giovanni Bernard would
every year.
To Leonard Fournette.
Pollard's gone up.
And then Brandon Ayuk, he finished the season on an uptick.
Great.
And I think with the fact of Trey Lance most likely stepping into the starting role this year, I think Brandon Ayuk's value gets a little bit more boost. So I want to have something back, and that's why I picked Brandon Ayuk to trade. Guys?
See, I was with that too. I was with Chef to cut Zeke, to trade, or cut Zeke, keep Leonard Fournette, and then trade Ayuk. But I could also understand switching it to this.
Mm-hmm.
That's kind of where I have it.
Are you contending?
But
or
why
are
would you
not?
keep Ayuk? I'm curious.
He's good.
He's pretty good.
He's not that good. And even if he is good, the situation isn't necessarily good for him.
Better than Ronald Jones.
I wouldn't go
very
that
low
far.
bar.
Should we skip this one? We don't know all these players. So it feels like Nate, you want to, did you say trade Zeke?
I'd trade Zeke, keep Leonard Fournette.
So that's
where I'm at.
So this is Nate's. Chef, you were this?
Yes.
I think I will be there too. And Herms, what's yours?
I think I'm with that.
This. Okay, so I'm just going to click. I don't know all these players, but we just gave our opinions, so we're not messing with the keep, trade, cut fluctuations.
Gotcha.
That's pretty exciting. That's very nice of us. So
Yeah,
Christian Kirk, early 2020 seconds, or we're assuming Matt Corral was already taken.
Golden Corral.
So we're at the end of the first round.
Yes.
We already have Matt Corral.
Would we trade the guy we just took for an early seconds? I feel like this is a bad.
He's only 1 year old.
Yeah.
Wait, he's negative 1 year old.
Negative one.
He's not even born yet.
I mean,
Wow,
it's
dude, you
easy.
get like
This is junior.
Keep the quarterback because it's super flex, right? And then
I don't like him.
trade Christian Kirk
For
Yeah.
what?
for whatever you can get. Maybe a
That's
late
right.
second.
You'd
And
be
then
lucky to get this.
no, I would cut Christian Kirk and then
Yeah.
I guess trade the second.
I
That
would
would be
do.
my idea.
I would do this, assuming he has a decent landing spot.
Well, I think we talked about this a little bit with the rookie quarterbacks, and we mentioned it I was on DHH on Sunday with Jeff, and we talked about some of these guys with the wide receivers, but it obtains to the quarterbacks as well, that the quarterbacks are going to need to be seasoned. And I keep saying this, and I know I'm like beating a what's it called? Beating a dead horse?
Yep,
I don't like beating horses. But
Eating off horse.
no. Oh God, no.
Milking, bro.
Anyway, milking it. These guys are going to need to sit for at least a year. Majority of these quarterbacks. There's maybe one that can come in, maybe two that can come in and play, and Matt Corral is not the guy. So if he comes in and goes to a team where he has to sit on the bench, I mean, I'm keeping him. I'm not trading him because his value will be similar to what we see in Trey Lance right now. We see Zach Wilson still having dynasty value because he's a quarterback. And if it's a super flex league, these guys are going to keep quarterback. And shout out to Ray GQ for informing me of that. And I will keep spreading the love because, I mean, he gives good intel. and I agree with that take, and it makes a lot of sense. And
Right.
so
The moment they
I'm
step on the
keeping Cole.
field and turn into Jordan Love, though, you lost your opportunity there to trade.
I don't
him.
think Coral is
Which one's he?
Ole Miss.
Ole Miss.
Ole Miss. Okay.
I don't think he's a Jordan Love.
Thank you.
I don't think he's a Kellen Mond. He's a little bit better than that. Will he get a starting chance? Yes, I think so. Maybe on the lines of like a Ryan Tannehill kind of thing. So, yeah, I mean, he's not going to be a QB1 for fantasy, but he is going to be a viable quarterback that you need on your roster. And all of us know we all play Superflex. It is important to have QB2, QB3 on your roster. So I think
QB4 sometimes.
Hey.
depending on how you're doing it, and how big your roster is. So I think holding on to him or even putting him in a taxi slot is very good idea.
That's right.
I think I'm. Whoa.
Lost it. Oh, we're back to the original one. Perfect. Hold on. Oh, well.
All
All
right.
right. Hold on.
Well, it was Christian Kirk.
Early
I'm
22nd.
Coral.
Coral.
And the 2022 early second.
Yeah.
I'm keeping Coral. I'm trading the pick. Or I'm trading Ayuk. I don't know what. I can't remember what it was.
He's trading.
I had it all laid out, and
Kirk,
I'm like,
really
an
don't
early
like how you-
second, and Matt.
that's
Corral.
right, Matt Corral. I'm
He's
probably
still
going to
trading
keep.
Ayuk. Who
I'm going to
cares?
keep Corral. I'm going to trade. No, I'm going to keep the pick.
Trade Corral.
Trade. No,
I'll go to Golden
He's going
Corral.
to trade Kirk.
I'm going to trade Kirk.
I think Matt Corral's pretty good. So,
I mean, he's a top prospect in an NFL draft at his position.
Let's see what happens April 28th.
I can't wait. I'll be at a
Right.
wedding.
Hey, this one's a tough one, guys.
Ooh.
Josh
Herms will be at
Oliver.
my house.
I was going to say I'll be in that residence. So
We're
Hopping
cutting
around
Taylor.
from
We're cutting
live stream to
JT.
live
We're
stream.
keeping Murray. And we're
there you go. All right.
How did it
Perfect.
come up? How did this one slip through the cracks?
No
Nothing.
idea.
We cut
Josh Oliver. I have not do about Josh Oliver.
Right?
He's still in the
For
league.
such a long time. Yeah.
Oh my
Somehow.
gosh.
What do you? I mean, do we just keep him just in case? Oh, no, we can't keep him.
You know what? At this point, you know what?
Yeah, that's the only thing you can do with that.
This
I
is
want to
the-
keep Josh Oliver,
I swear to God.
cut Latavius Murray, and trade Jonathan Taylor.
And get the bag.
Get the bag
I
for
am-
Jonathan Taylor. I mean, obviously, if this is your team sucks.
That's a good point, actually.
That
Yeah.
is a good
You know
point.
what?
And you're not going to win with these prospects backing up Jonathan Taylor. And I go, I
He
hate
benches
it
though. They're
when
rostered.
people go out and they're like, oh, I got Jonathan Taylor, and then I have Devontae Parker,
He's fine.
and I'm like, do you plan on winning this year? Do you plan on winning next year? Because the rest of your roster sucks.
right.
If you think Jonathan Taylor can carry your whole fantasy team to a
Good.
championship, it does not work out
Wins
that good.
above replacement. Chef,
So,
don't chase the points.
I
You just
would
gotta beat your
rather-
opponent.
I would rather get Jonathan Taylor traded away,
Nah.
give me, I don't know, Javonte Williams and a first. Is that possible?
Probably. I want more.
I'd probably want one more pick.
Yeah. I want
Maybe
more.
a 2023 second.
Eh.
That would push it over the
No.
top.
Speaking of 2023 second, Superflex
Hey,
league, Tom Brady, Damian hairless. We
Hairless.
he's going through some problems.
Yeah.
Alopecia.
I mean, I would understand if Tom Brady started losing his hair, but Damian Harris?
CB12
Hairless?
maybe, or an early 2023 seconds. Of course, Superflex. Does Brady play another year? Is this just his last year if they win a Super Bowl? A lot of ifs. Damian Harris, his last contract year. Dre Stevenson there, riding right behind him. Arguably could be better. What are we thinking here? Trade Brady,
Yeah.
cut, keep.
Yeah, that's
Yep.
what I would do.
That's exactly what
Or
I'm doing.
keep, trade, cut.
Yeah, maybe.
It
It's either
depends.
it's the Tom Brady.
I'm going to keep the pick because someone will give me value for Tom Brady.
Trade Brady, keep that and cut him.
Yeah, that's about right.
It just depends. If you're a winner, keep, cut, trade. And
All
then
I
get
know is that I want to get out from any share of Damian Harris that I have because there are a ton of people who still are like super in on the guy, even though in just an exorbitant amount.
There's more people that are
Sorry,
still
Herm.
in Vegas.
That was
Craig,
pretty good. That's
That
pretty
is
good.
beautiful.
But like, so many of his points came from touchdowns last year. It's just like I
Harris?
can't do it.
It's the same thing. It's the Belichickian backfield over and over and over again. Like even if we see Ramondre Stevenson take the reins, he's still going to have people behind him. Like I would not be shocked at all if the Patriots go in the 4th or 5th round and draft a running back.
I would. Bill, I feel like that team needs offensive line help, and they need, as crazy as this is going to sound, they need another receiver or two in the draft. I think they might even go receiver first round.
Not a great track record of doing that there, but they will try.
Yeah,
But here's the thing: if Jahan Dotson, they have the 22nd pick, Jahan Dotson
21?
should be there 21, 22, 24. Jahan Dotson should be
22.
around. He's that like slight slot receiver that Bill Belichick loves to use, like Wes Welker, Danny Amendola.
I don't know.
Mac Jones is a similar style quarterback to Tom Brady, so you would think that would be a priority. They went out and got the bigger guys. Now they need to get that like sly speed.
Well, they got Parker, and then Jacoby
That's
Myers.
true. They did get Parker.
Don't they need like a little bit more on defense? Didn't they lose some players on defense?
They do.
I think they're going to go linebacker or something.
Did they lose
probably.
McCourty or did they re-sign McCourty?
I don't remember.
I can't remember.
I don't remember.
I'm bad
But
with
they
defense.
definitely do need some defensive pieces. But like Nate is alluding to, yeah, like if Jahan Dotson's could arguably be their best receiver. So, it just depends what they want to do,
Fair enough.
All right.
Did re-sign. They re-signed McCourty.
Ooh, this is a good one.
Cool. Now this is a good one. Super flex. Matthew Stafford. Did he get a 4-year extension? 3-4 year?
Yeah.
Something like that.
3-4 year extension.
4-year extension. Yeah.
I'm trading the hell out of that pick.
Yep.
Like, that's a slam dunk.
Yep.
A mid-first.
Yeah, that's easy.
You can turn a 23 mid-first into a lot.
Into Godwin plus. You could, right? But you could also then maybe get 2 2023 mid-first for Stafford, and you could just keep that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think you get the more value out of Stafford, maybe.
3-4, like what? Was that a
Trade-wise,
extension?
probably.
Trade-wise, you probably get more out of the quarterback.
For Stafford to paired with Kupp and Robinson, whatever you believe about Van Jefferson, a solid wide receiver 3, like great defense. They just got, more pieces, which then you could argue will Stafford.
It's a shame that you'd have to get rid of Godwin, especially after signing an extension, but we don't know the quarterback situation after Brady. So,
and Brady really elevated them. So I think this is where I'm leaning.
Yeah. And especially because Godwin tearing the ACL in week 15, we
might not see him back until October.
Yeah. As far as I'm concerned, Tom Brady doesn't even factor into his long, because next year next year's a wash for Chris Godwin. Basically, he's not gonna be very good. Like that first year back from an ACL for a receiver is really difficult. I can't.
I like this. That's a good point though. Well, typically, right? Is there anyone this year that came back?
Odell.
No, from an ACL.
Yeah.
He tore his ACL, came back and retore. Damn. Okay. Well, he came back pretty nice there with the Rams. So we'll see where the medicine is, but it's something to be weary of.
And he's still young. I mean, he's only 26.
Right.
So I think he would come back, but I mean, you'd have to cut him.
Ew, what the heck is this?
This is ugly.
Jesus.
Well,
we just skip this. Oops.
Yes. Okay, right.
Here we go.
Whoa. Yeah.
All
this
right.
is a fun one. All right.
Yep.
Yeah.
You got it.
I mean, there's no other way.
Yeah.
I mean, you're probably getting Jahan Dotson in the second.
Depends on where
We had him.
If he goes first round, he could.
Didn't
early
we
second.
do a draft last?
Yeah,
week?
I could pull that up.
What if Dotson ended up in Kansas City?
What if? Well, again,
I'm just saying that.
I'm keeping Dotson regardless, and then I'm
16
trading away.
Well, but
the
I'm
pick
saying
and-
he becomes a first rounder in that case, and then
Oh yeah. That makes sense. That's a lot of speculation, though. We don't know who's.
Well, yeah, no, of course. We don't know where anybody's
Yeah,
going.
because like somebody who like whoever goes to Green Bay or Kansas City will like we collectively as a community will just play Kingmaker and say that guy, and their ADP is just going to soar purely because they went to the glorious landing spot. So
he did kind of go mid here. We took him 2.04. Pickens and Sky Moore were early, so there's definitely was that you who said you definitely might be able to get Dotson mid-second?
Yep.
I
So
think
you
should be able to.
I think
if that's
I
what
made
you
that
want,
pick.
you might as well keep
Yeah.
Dotson.
Yeah, I mean, rather than have another mid-second, yeah, sure.
Sorry. Why are
So
we pulled
meta.
up?
Oh my god!
Why are we
Yeah,
pulled up?
Wow,
I
that's
don't know what's going
wild.
on
There.
Oh,
Oh,
That got a little
what's going
that
on?
got a little weird.
All right, whatever.
sure
we're here
did.
now.
We're gonna
Okay, so
fire
that
the
was it.
producer.
Travis Kelce, Michael Pittman, Drake London.
Also
Wow.
negative 1 years old.
Wow. This is a good
honestly,
one.
I'm probably trading Kelsey.
Yeah.
But who are you cutting?
Drake London.
I'll take
Oh,
London over
God.
Pittman.
Yeah, but I really like Pittman with Matt Ryan, even though I don't like Matt Ryan. You can't cut Kelsey. The value you can get out of him
Yeah,
in a trade is ridiculous. London gets cut because he's the least valuable piece right now.
I think he's the most valuable piece.
Well,
That's interesting. Like, would you rather have Michael Pittman or Drake London?
London.
I'd rather have Pittman, to be honest.
Me too.
I mean, London's right now, he's sitting as my wide receiver 3 in this draft class. Pittman is nice, but he was a second rounder.
Yeah, so was T. Higgins.
Yep.
So
yeah, it was kind of like beginning of the second round that he was going
Yeah.
in rookie drafts.
I think Pittman was 34, Higgins was 35, or either swip them around, and then like Jonathan Taylor went right before or something like that. Whereas Higgins 33,
Higgins was 33 because
34.
the Bengals did have that first pick.
Yeah. Pittman 34, and then the Colts. Yeah, the
Jonathan
Colts
Taylor was
took
4
Pittman
picks later.
over Taylor. Then the Colts traded back up because Taylor fell to like 36 or something.
You know what? I'm trading Kelsey. I'm keeping Drake London, and I'm cutting Pittman.
Wow.
And the only reason why, and it's a hard decision because Pittman is a similar. I mean, Pittman and Drake London are pretty similar in play style. All right, they're bigger wide receivers. I don't think that Matt Ryan throws the ball as much as we all think he's going to. Like, yes, he threw in Atlanta, but he's on a run first offense with the Colts, and they're going for it now. I think at best Pittman maybe goes up a little bit more than what he did in 2021, but unfortunately, I don't think we ever see his true potential ceiling. And I think Drake London is going to land with a team where we do see him being heavily utilized.
To be fair, Matt Ryan throws the ball to where Michael Pittman has his ADOT, which was similar to Kyle Pitts. But what you're alluding to is throwing the ball more, obviously, with the run first team. But Pittman actually, how he was utilized last year, benefited Matt Ryan more than Carson Wentz.
Yep.
Based on just where Pittman saw the ball and where Ryan threw the ball. Different teams, but same scheme now.
Right.
Because coaching. So that's why I'm going with this.
I mean, the Colts could look to add wide receiver depth as well. And
hey, Paris Campbell, baby.
Yeah. Woo.
Oh, yeah. That's not working out.
No, yeah. Who knows? But then, you know.
Ooh, I like this one.
If Drake London goes to the Jets, Elijah Moore's there, blah, blah, blah. So, dude, each team can have 2 wide receivers, a tight end, and a running back. And speaking of that, yikes.
This is tough.
You got to trade Monty, though.
Yeah, I agree.
But he's saying trade.
No, I want to
Monty.
keep Darren Waller if it's tight end premium.
I feel like Darren Waller's at the back end.
Yeah.
I think we've seen his peak.
And plus, like what you probably paid in draft capital to acquire St. Brown, he's worth keeping anyway. You know, I mean, just like,
is he though?
I mean, yeah. I mean, you know, like
I mean, there's a lot of target share talk going around. Like he's not going to hit that ceiling that he hit last year.
No.
I think he had
There's
a
no way.
30% target share because Swift and Hawkinson weren't on the field.
But then what if Swift and Hawkinson are on the field again?
I mean, fair enough, but we know
So-
Darren Waller is going to be on the field, and even with the addition of Devontae Adams there, he will get more open. He will not have to be double teamed, triple teamed all the time. I think he fills more into that role of like a Travis Kelce, where they have somebody to stretch the field in Devontae Adams. They have a target hog in Devontae Adams, and it opens the door for Darren Waller to be more precise in his routes and be easily targeted rather than playing against double coverage.
Wouldn't Waller
Okay.
stretch the field in this situation?
So here's my
Vice
counter
versa.
to that.
Corey.
Josh McDaniels, when he has two viable tight ends, will use two viable tight ends. We saw it last season where Johnny just got screwed. Everybody thought he was going to be the guy. Everyone thinks Darren Waller is going to be the guy. And I'm not saying that Foster Moreau is like an all-world tight end, but don't discount the fact that Josh McDaniels will use Foster Moreau more than Gruden ever would have used him.
Plus, there's a Hunter
I like
Renfro-sized elephant in the room that, like, do we just assume he's just spontaneously combusts and doesn't factor it? Like, that's, like,
Right.
he was so good last year that, like, putting the genie back in the bottle is going to be really hard for them to do.
Oh,
even,
no, he's
even with the new
definitely
coaching
Julian
staff.
Edelman on that team.
Right.
Yeah, so like that's what makes it complicated with Darren Waller is where he
Right.
fits in with the fact that like it's the same logic that I'm
And you can
using
get
in
a
my
bag
mind
for
to be
him. You can get a
worried.
bag for him right now instead
Yeah.
of you can get
Right.
more for him than any of the other two that are on the screen, David Montgomery and Amon Ross St. Brown.
It's the same reason I'm worried about Mike Gesicki in Miami. You know what I mean? Like when it was just him and Waddle, it was like, oh, cool. But like, oh, wow, meta screen again. But but like Tyreek Hill coming in was just like, oh, okay. It blows up the whole thing. And like the likeliest to lose out in that situation would be the tight end. Now, granted, the major difference in the comparison here is that Hunter Renfro is not as good as Hill nor
Tyreek
Waddle.
Hill,
But
right.
if we assume that the McDaniels offense is even close, I don't know. We're already on to another one. So. but yeah.
Cut, trade, keep. Yep, that's it.
Yeah, that's
That was an easy one.
Do we are all four of us agree on this?
Yeah.
well, yeah. If we're getting
Yeah.
the fetus of Jameson Williams, I mean, he's not going to do anything for at least 20 years. So
I'll actually submit that one because we all agreed. Oh,
oh my God! Oh Jesus Christ! Oh,
How the hell do they come up with these rosters, man?
Oh.
Dude, right?
Are you
Rosters, isn't it?
serious? You're cutting Jamar Chase.
Okay, yeah, let's cut Patrick Mahomes or Josh Allen in a superflex league.
Right. You can't. You have to.
You can.
Jamar Chase is the only answer.
Jamar
Now the
Chase is
question-
the only answer.
I think they're making you choose between Mahomes and Allen. Chase is a toss in. They know you're going to cut him.
I
In a
agree with
superflex
this.
league, which one are you going to take first?
Josh Allen has more trade value.
I would think
Yeah.
Josh Allen, and then what? You're not taking Chase before Mahomes.
You're not cutting Mahomes, that's for sure. But
You know what I mean? So
I mean,
it
if-
feels gross, but it's the only thing
for
to
dynasty, Jamar Chase could be like valuable for years and years
No,
and years and years to come.
yeah, so can these next these two quarterbacks in a superflex league.
do. It's
This is really the only way
two
to
positions
go.
that last the longest, and so
Yo.
it's like, hey, so
You know what? I'm keeping Josh Allen. I will trade away Patrick Mahomes, and
You-
then I guess we're going to cut Jamar Chase.
You
And the reason why I'm keeping Josh Allen is because I think the Kansas City Chiefs have lost steam, and the Bills are still on the rise to be a dominant force.
Yep.
I like that. Yeah, you might as well keep the better
I
quarterback.
mean, if we're sitting here playing roulette with these guys, that's the way I'm going.
And like, when you say you're getting a bag in a trade, you're talking about picks.
Yeah, I mean, you could trade trade Patrick Mahomes for Jamar Chase. You'd be happy.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
So do we all agree on this? I could submit this.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so.
I wish they had more of these. Oh, this one's cool.
oh,
Oh, I like that. That's a good one.
Cut Akers.
yes,
Yeah, you're
Trade.
keeping Kelsey. Yeah. Oh yeah.
probably, yeah, but
Get the value while you can. Oh, Tyreek Hill, Jalen Waddle, Mike McDaniel, Mike Gesicki, Chase Edmonds.
Cedric Wilson,
Thank you. Lynn Bowden. Adam
Dave
Shaheen.
Niggett.
All right.
Preston
How
Williams.
long do we really think that Travis Kelce's going to play? Because I know there were whispers last season in the offseason that he could be slowing down. We had Noah Gray coming in.
Maybe
Nothing-
this year if they're bad.
Nothing
again.
happened, but I mean, it's gonna happen sooner or later, right?
Maybe like what Anthony Gonzalez till 37. Kelsey's pretty solid. Like he doesn't take much hits. Like,
I mean, he
obviously
could
does,
play
but-
for a long time, but in terms of his effectiveness, it's
Right.
that window is barely cracked open
give it
just
2,
because
3
Father
more
Time is
seasons.
undefeated. So
2-3 more seasons for me for Kelsey.
Tony
we could keep Tua,
Gonzalez.
Tonga
How old
Bailoa,
was
and
he?
trade. Who?
Tony Gonzalez played for a
Gonzalez.
long time.
Yeah, like 37, 38, I think.
Yeah, he
played.
was somewhere up there.
But like if that's the only tight end we can pull, then it's not looking too good for Kelsey. We could think of a lot of wide receivers.
It's like him and Antonio Gates, because Antonio Gates did play for a long time as well. It's those two that are the only ones that even come to my
I
mind.
can't believe I forgot about him.
But
Jason,
I mean, they started losing value at some point, though. That's my
value,
point.
not
Like,
production, though.
yeah.
But it's like if Tua's not it, the Dolphins have multiple picks, first-round picks next year to move up and get their guy if need be.
Yeah,
Fair enough.
It's just, it's so hard on these keep trade cuts because there's so many different variables you could come at.
I'll ride
Angles?
it. I'll ride it with you.
Thank
I mean,
you.
Tua's value right now is through the roof because of the Hill trade.
Well, this
so.
is a good one. This is a good one. George Kittle, Terry McLaurin, or J.K. Dobbins.
I will keep Kittle, trade McLaurin, and cut Dobbins.
Wow. Are you under the belief the Ravens will snag like a second-round running back?
No, I'm under the belief that Melvin Gordon is going to sign with the Ravens.
Right. Isn't that more for like an Edwards though?
No, not
Yeah.
necessarily.
I think that's way more of a Gus Edwards thing.
J.K. Dobbins. I mean, Melvin Gordon is a pass catching back. That's what he was used as around the goal line.
Which is perfect.
Right, but what does that leave for J.K. Dobbins' production in between the 20s?
A lot.
I don't.
He
think
is a good
so.
individual running back.
And the fact that he's not coming back, he's on the last year of his rookie deal. I'm a little nervous about J.K. Dobbins right now. I have a couple shares, and I know Herms, you live in Maryland. What you got?
I would do this.
I would also like to point out that Todd Gurley never ended up signing with the Detroit Lions. Remember that? Remember how that felt and how
he was coming out of
eerily that
Atlanta
sounded like
at that point.
But I'm
Also,
just
he-
saying it sounds very similar.
I mean, Melvin Gordon had a running back
Gordon's good.
2 ceiling this year.
Yeah, that's the difference.
Yeah, like
That's the
I'm
difference.
just saying,
Todd
I
Gurley
just
was like
think
running back 85.
It feels like he's just trying to
And was
drum
a
up the
starter.
market and use this as leverage. Like I don't even know how much I believe in the genuine nature of the interest. Like that's, you know what I mean? Like I get major vibes that this is not happening.
I mean, for dynasty purposes, I think you can get stuff for McLaurin still. Kittle, he's a tight end. If it's tight end premium, I mean, I'm not going to keep Dobbins.
No, I don't.
Yeah.
think
No.
that's-
I mean, he's
Well,
either and you won't get as much value because he's hurt right now. So I'm either keeping McLaurin and trading Kittle, or vice versa, and I'm still cutting Dobbins in this trio of fun.
Yeah.
Poor Dobbins. Oh,
Poor
ew.
Dobbins.
I mean,
Yep.
Yeah.
Nope.
What do you got on this one, Nate?
Well,
Corey's
I'm
just pushing buttons.
Probably going to trade Brady. Probably going to cut Pollard because I don't know how many people believe in him, really. I can get more for Brady because no one's ever going to believe that he will ever retire now. And I like George Pickens. I don't really care where he ends up. He's just talented overall.
but even like a contender for 1 year, like Sosa 2023 second, be happy. I would take a 2023 second. And Pickens, you would assume, again, if he goes first round or early second to those teams, he's probably the best.
I think wherever he falls doesn't really matter. I think he's actually going to.
I mean, it could matter.
I think it's going
Sixth
to be a
round.
Well,
late.
if he lands in Jacksonville, then yes.
Sixth
that's
round.
Bad.
I think we got this one right.
Yeah, me too.
I'll submit that one. Oh, good. Yeah, here's a.
This is pretty easy.
Yeah.
What?
Wait,
Yeah,
I'd
I'm
rather
fine.
cut Gainwell.
Wow.
Yeah, I'd rather keep Zamir White, see if he works out.
Yeah.
Hey,
Oh,
I believe in
100%.
Gainwell. I like Gainwell.
Why?
Oh, me too. It's just that, like,
Because I have take lock.
last year was just such a weird showing that it's just like it's gonna take a lot for him to overcome that.
Shout out Troy King. He had take lock Tua for Gainwell, and I traded Gainwell and a 2022 second for Cam Akers.
Ooh, this one's
nice.
Last season.
Also, good trade. Good trade.
While Akers was hurt, by the way. Gotta love that.
Yeah,
Shout out, Yahoo.
I think that's where I'm at, actually.
This?
It's cut Swift. Probably keep Lamar, trade AJ.
Wow.
I know, but
I'd rather
nothing like selling off the top players on your roster, right?
when it comes down to it, like all things are equal, and I'm looking at these players, the thing that swings me on Deandre Swift is he's been in the league 2 years and hasn't had a fully healthy season.
And he doesn't. He's not that good of like a rusher.
I mean, he's decent. He's a great pass catcher, but then also Jared Goff's the quarterback.
And it is half PPR.
That makes a lot of sense.
So, yeah, I think keep it in half PPR, keeping Lamar, trading AJ, cutting DeAndre.
Yeah.
In Superflex? Yeah, I guess so.
I like that. Oh, yeah.
Oh, dear God.
Well, here we go, guys.
All of them.
Oh, the senior citizens of the league.
Ooh.
Okay. All right. Okay.
Wide receiver happiness. Let's go.
Dude, I can.
I'm keeping Mooney regardless.
Brown's better.
I probably am keeping Mooney regardless.
I'll trade Hollywood.
Brown could have the most value.
Smith-Schuster, I'm kind of meh.
It's
wide receiver one for the Chiefs. No,
we don't get points for TikToks.
Hey, what happens?
And I don't award fantasy points for someone that's been injured and coming off a terrible season 2 years in a row.
Oh, dude, like,
just saying.
No, this one right here.
I mean, he was good in his sophomore year, but I'm keeping Herbert, man. I have no shares of Justin Herbert. Do you guys have any shares of Herbert that you want to trade for me? I will give you a bag.
Do I have him in Chaos? Do I have him in the Chaos League?
I don't know.
We can.
You want to do a live trade right now?
Yeah.
Send me something.
Live trade.
All right. Let me work on it for a second. You guys keep going on. I want to see.
Send me an offer I can't refuse.
Oh, God.
Should I pull up
Can I take that back?
Let's play Guess That Graph.
I think I need a quarterback as well. Yeah, I do. All right. Let's see.
All right, hold on. We're doing a live trade, everyone. Welcome to the Chaos Show. Coming off the edge, we have Nate Polvolt and
Nate. You do not have Herbert.
No.
Juan
I don't
has
remember.
Herbert.
What league is this?
Chaos. You have Trevor Lawrence. You have Goff, Matthew Stafford, and Jimmy Garoppolo.
What's your name? Nate.
What do you want for would you be willing to trade Jared Goff?
Yeah.
Okay.
Of course I would.
Yeah, sure, dude. Yeah. He's a elite
What do you want, like a 2022 third?
Oh, what? I'll give you 2022 third too, and mine's higher.
Oh, God.
Corey.
What's your team name?
Mute yourself.
I'm Kit. Aren't I Kit?
Yeah, no, I'm looking for Chef here. Chef.
Mm-mm.
Hide the carrots. Oh, yeah. Oh, you have Ian Book starting.
Yeah.
Dak Prescott, Daniel Jones,
Tyler Huntley, Tyrod Taylor.
My God.
Dude, Daniel Jones is better than Goff.
And if you don't like it, I will trade you a quarterback, Chef.
Yeah,
I have at least one that I
Taylor,
can trade.
Dude. Oh, yeah, Herms has like
Herms
7.
is
I only have one.
My team is the I Heart 420 YOLO Part 2.
I mean, I kind of like. I would take a shot. I would take a 2-year rental on Matt Ryan for.
I will
know what I have for picks. I only have a first and a third and a fourth and a fifth.
I actually don't have anyone in my quarterback spot right now. Well, I have Britt Wilson down here.
Oh man,
yeah, you have all those juicy tight ends.
Any QB needy teams, please hit up your boy because I will gladly help.
Look, I got.
Hey, Chef, I'll do Pittman for Goff straight up.
No, that doesn't work for me. No.
No,
come on.
I mean, I'll give you Calvin Ridley for Goff.
You want
Oh
Njoku?
God, no! We don't know when he's going to play again.
We don't know when Goff's gonna play.
Herms, I'll give you Njoku for Matt Ryan.
Sure, I'll do it.
That's how you live trade, boys. Let's go. All right.
I really
Anybody
liked
want-
my roster at the beginning of the year, man. My quarterbacks crapped out. Crap.
Dude, I got to the.
Did Jeff win?
Yeah. course he
Franchise
did.
homer.
Yeah, Jeff beat me in the title game, so that's.
And he's got Deshaun Watson this year.
Oh my God, dude, he's gonna win again. Derek Carr, Deshaun Watson, Kyle Pitts, Mark Andrews, Debo.
Dude,
Hey, now I think
Josh
I have
Allen.
a good chance. Okay, all right. I'm just.
He doesn't have much of a bench, but I mean, at the end of the day, you just got to fill your starting lineup.
Herms, speaking of chaos, do you have anybody on your home team?
I have several players on my home team. Yes.
He does not, but like he
do
also
not.
filled that role for.
Yeah, I know. So that's perfect. That means I need to, look for the trade to get him. Like,
He
if I
did have
give you
you-
Tyler Huntley and a third,
I
did
did
give me Matt Ryan.
The only players that I actively picked up for this are Ashton Doolin and Jalen Darden.
Yeah, his team's the Steelers. He's in.
Oh, he's
Maryland.
a Steeler fan. That's right.
he's a
I was thinking
Steeler
he
fan.
was- I'm
So-
sorry.
Herms, we have a rule. You need to have a player from your favorite team on the roster.
Oh
But,
yes.
you took over the team, so that's a little bit different. Like halfway through the season,
Yeah.
you did have Juju.
Yeah, but let's throw some chaos in it.
Yeah, but I think didn't we say like the winner would pick like the two rules they wanted to keep, and then we would just like go
That's my
back.
rule. We're not dumping my rule. Okay.
But then we would just go like best ball and stuff. We got to talk about this.
yeah, I mean, we have a draft coming
Well,
up.
whoever has Najee, send him my way. I'll take it.
Damn it. I
There
do
you
not
go.
have Najee.
But that
Dude,
is-
I'm looking at
You're a
this
Steeler
roster.
at that point.
I am in love with my team all over again, guys.
Oh, yeah?
Like, I've got Christian McCaffrey and Michael Carter on IR right now.
I'm in love with my team too, and I finished like 10th.
I finished like
Wait, if you have players on IR, that means we either did not reset the league or
No, we're just a bunch of
you have an illegal
degenerates
roster.
that are.
And,
I have
and
an
as a co-commissioner, I am enforcing you to put your players back on your roster.
We'll have to.
I will
have
have
to talk about
it,
this.
dude. It's April. It'll be fine. I'll do it before the draft.
Does
We should
anybody
have
else do
Ron
that?
Hess
Like
ball.
on the leagues that don't say anything in the offseason, like I have a couple of dynasty leagues in the offseason that really no action. So I have players on the IR.
Oops. Wow,
I
you
do
can't
too.
admit to I may or may not have players on IR.
And then there's some weird things. And then I know we all love Sleeper. I really do love Sleeper
Well, hi.
for a platform. But OBJ is injured. We all know OBJ is injured. Why take away his injured spot, like his injury designation? Like that just doesn't make sense to me.
Because he's not playing at all next regular season. So I mean,
Right.
there's
I mean,
just-
And if he does, we're talking like week 14, week 15.
Yeah,
like
playoff
the
run.
Very earliest.
Shout out to Joey. We have Craig, keep trade cut. Smith,
Ooh.
McCown, or Couch.
Keep Smith,
I don't
trade
know.
McCown. I'm cutting Tim Couch, man. He never amounted to shit.
Was that the Brown?
yeah.
Yeah. He was out of Kentucky, I think.
Honestly, I don't.
He
even
was
know
one of
if-
those 15 Browns quarterbacks that never.
Eric Zaire.
I remember Cade McNown was on Backyard Football.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Oh, I need to get that. I was asking my buddy, where can I get a backyard baseball?
dude, shout out Backyard Baseball.
Favorite player, go.
Either Pete Wheeler or Pablo Sanchez.
Pete Wheeler was goaded.
Yeah, dude,
Love
Pete
the
Wheeler, so
speed.
fast, so fast.
Love the speed.
All right. So the live trade failed. All right.
Not for
Can't
being
get it
hard.
done.
Well,
we made a deal. I mean,
yeah, you guys made a deal.
I would.
Jeff and I did
I'll ponder
not.
that, but I mean, if you're serious about it, it sounds decent. Do you have a tight end?
not really.
That is none of your business. This is a family show. I have some tight ends though.
What did I say? Tyler Huntley in the third for Matt Ryan.
God, that's good. Yeah. Oh,
I like
Whoa.
that. I'm sending that trade.
now everyone's watching this like this is just four dudes, idiot, just arguing.
We've never claimed to be anything.